that this area was clearly marked, signage everywhere. There was all kind of warnings. This is very avoidable. Slow down, keep a proper lookout.
Quick question, Brian. So
Yes.
there was a concern here that came up to me earlier and addressed the fact that this crosswalk, the lights sometimes do not work. Have we checked this out? Is this a crosswalk that's broken or does it actually work?
You know, I understand the concern. If the lights are flashing, that gives extra warning. But these signs are yellow, right? They illuminate under light. Whether they were flashing or not does not alleviate the responsibility to stop and yield. The driver is responsible for keeping a proper lookout. If that was done, this wouldn't have happened. So it's immaterial whether or not the lights were flashing, but we will look into it because that's just an extra layer of protection for pedestrians and cyclists in this area. But drivers should know that's not an excuse to stop and yield. Whether those lights are flashing or not does not excuse you from keeping a proper lookout.
Have you had a chance to speak to the child's mother?
I have not yet,
Okay.
but we will be doing so shortly.
At this point, at this point, is it safe to say that the driver was not paying attention? Because that was something that investigators couldn't tell us this morning. Is that still something that's under investigation? Or
Still under investigation. But again, this wouldn't have happened but for this driver not keeping a proper lookout. These things don't happen when people have a proper lookout.
Sir, this morning you mentioned that it was a citizen who jumped in, was doing CPR, who was there when investigators arrived. Do we know who this person was? Do they live in the neighborhood? Are they a parent? Do we have any information on that person?
It's my understanding when I should.
Sorry. Yeah.
That's okay.
Thank you.
Sorry, sir. No. When I arrived on scene, so part of my job is to be on call for cases just like this to assist law enforcement with what they need from our office. When I arrived on scene with some of the traffic deputies, it's my understanding there were 2 Good Samaritans, both of whom do have medical training that did attempt first aid to this victim. I'm sure that the investigators have their names and their contact information. I just don't have it right now.
I just was curious if they live in the neighborhood, if they were parents, what they...
I'm not sure. Okay. I would assume so, but I don't know.
And for this new bill that just recently got signed into, what charges does this particular person?
What are the actual charges?
So it's under the Transportation Code, Section 545-428, and the technical title of the violation is vulnerable road user in the area of a crosswalk that is struck and results in serious bodily injury or death.
Is it a misdemeanor or is it?
So when there's serious bodily injury or death, it's a state jail felony.
Right.
If any striking of a pedestrian under this law will result in at least a misdemeanor.
Okay.
But because it was a fatal, so we're looking at a felony at this point.
Correct.
When you said the second time in the last 2 weeks, forgive me, was the last one also a fatal? I didn't realize. Okay.
So last Friday morning.
It was last Friday. That's what I thought you were
in New Territory, we had a very similar situation. The victim in that case was out walking his dog, as he very regularly does, and we had another driver completely failed to yield the right of way to the pedestrian who was lawfully in a crosswalk and struck him. He was life flighted and later passed from his injuries.
How old was he?
60? 61? 60 or 61.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank y'all. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Can you just give your first and last name? Spell it.
As long as y'all spell it right, because
Yeah.
you always spell it wrong.
See? That's all we're asking you.
They spelled it wrong last week. No. Allison, Alison, Bainbridge, B like boy, A-I-M like Mary, B-R-I-D-G-E.
Okay, they put 2 L's in Allison.
And an N.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're
Appreciate it.